How do you change the world around you? Nehemiah has lessons to teach us to answer that question. We've seen it so far in the book of Nehemiah. He's an incredible leader, and we see another example of that today. So today, he comes across the fact that the rich, the leaders in the people around him are oppressing the poor, their fellow Jews. And I love the fact that, first of all, it says here, when I heard that outcry and these charges, verse 6, I was very angry. So he's obviously had an emotional reaction. But then what lots of us do is we just react out of emotion. Nehemiah doesn't do that. The next thing says, I pondered them in my mind. And then I accused the nobles and officials. So I saw what was going on. I initially, it stirred something in me, and then I paused a beat. I thought it through. I considered it carefully. And for lots of us, we need to do just that. When we see the injustice around us, we often initially, this is how I do it, I react out of emotion initially, and then I think, oh, I've done that now because I've discharged that emotion. I've satisfied it, whatever it was. And Nehemiah actually takes it on board, and then he considers it, he ponders it, he thinks it through, and then he comes up with his approach. Then he comes up with his strategy. So the next time you see an injustice or something you want to change, react, sure, out of emotion, but think it through. Consider how you're going to go about it. Then his next stage is he challenges the nobles and the officials, and these guys are the rulers of the people. I mean, Nehemiah becomes the governor, but this is the powerful group of people that he's challenging here. And if it hadn't gone well in this challenge, in this conversation, then he would have been in a lot of trouble. I mean, already they've built the wall up to a certain level, but these guys could have all scuppered that by just saying, well, we're not going to do what you think, Nehemiah. But Nehemiah is more concerned about what is right before God than he is about winning the favour of certain influential groups of people. And the temptation for lots of us is going to be in the years to come to go along with what the influential people will like and to say things that will get us liked. And actually, before God, we're called to say what is right. And that does mean sometimes standing up to the powerful people. It does mean sometimes challenging those who are very influential and who could potentially oppose us and ruin everything we want to do. Sometimes that's what it is to stand out as a leader for God. And the people hear him and they respond. And there's another example here where Nehemiah says, look, my family is not going to charge interest. We're not going to do this. So again, he leads by example. He doesn't just bring change by telling other people to do things differently. Change for Nehemiah starts at home, and he, out of his own resources, chooses to help these people. If we want to make a difference, those are lessons that we can learn about how to do it.